Welcome. And you tuned in to another edition of Fresh Perspective, where we give you a fresh take on today's hot topics. And no hotter topic than the game sevens that just went on in the NBA. This is the first time that this has happened since 1979. Supersonics was the champions. But right now I got my main man with me, Bo Larry. Bo, talk to the people.
What up? What up, world?
And y'all know who it is. It's your boy, D Burst, aka Homage. And right now it's homage is due, so we about to pay it. But let's talk about the game that we just witnessed, the Warriors versus the Rockets. Let's go ahead and put this thing in its proper perspective. Chris Paul is the scapegoat again. This is another opportunity that Chris Paul had to put a step on his legacy, and because of injuries, he was not able to get it done. It's all on Christopher. James Harden did the best he could. Clint Capella, Eric Gordon, Ariza, they did what he could. But they ran up against the mighty Warriors. You know, these guys are seasoned. They've been in every situation that you could be in. And when they got that ace in the hole, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry is able to be free and get one-on-one matchups and make the right decisions with the basketball, Klay Thompson is able to knock down the shots. They're going to be tough to beat. But let's be clear here. The Rockets should, I'm not a more victory guy, but they should have nothing at all to hang their head about. They had a miraculous season. They did not get it done. Trevor Ariza, sorry, man. I'm glad you're a champion already. Because tonight, boy, you was bum sauce. You didn't make any shot. PJ Tucker, he didn't hit as many threes as I would like you to hit. But you was amazing in the hustle plays and on the rebounds, giving your team as many chances to succeed as possible. James Harden, you got to work on your game. You got to realize that you can get to you got to realize that you can get to the mid range and you can dominate the game from the mid range opposed to just shooting threes or layups and getting to the free throw line. You actually can dribble the ball or catch the ball, get to your spots in the mid range, and dominate the games. Kevin Durant, you got saved, man. Steph Curry in that third quarter, he was sort of amazing. And then you went on for the ride. Both of y'all let the stat sheet show it. Y'all equal the same amount of points in the second half, but Steph Curry came out and set the tone in the third quarter, and which we all know is the Warriors' quarter, and they took care of business. Both of Larry, talk to the people. It's your time.
Well, tonight, the four Hall of Famers stepped up tonight. That's what happened. The Rockets started.
Wait, my Hall of Famer, but continue.
He will go in the Hall eventually. I'm telling you, he will get in. The Rockets started out hot. Eric Gordon, James Harden. I mean, Clint Capella, even PJ Tucker played good. Trevor Ariza didn't give you nothing, but he had to guard KD all night. But they took 44 threes and 44 threes and they made 7.
Well, can I comment on that right quick, Bo? I've been an advocate of Houston. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure a few of us know that I played for Douglas County High School. The last basketball system I was in was the system. And we played in a system very, very similar to the Houston Rockets. And we used to lose ball games very, very similar to the Houston Rockets. We just take too many three-point shots and we take too many bad shots and we turn the ball over too much. And when you give good teams extra possessions to beat you, this is what happened. I felt like that Golden State was giving extra possessions even when they were struggling, even when their defense wasn't working right. You got to think about it. We turning the ball over and we shooting long shots to give y'all extra opportunities to win the games. Jesus, man, what more you want us to do? But don't worry about it because there's a man over there. He went number 23, and he waiting, and he coming, and I'm on wax. We're going to talk about this later in the show, and I'm sure Bo going to disagree. But I think this is one of, if not the best chance, that LeBron James got a chance to beat the Warriors because this team is very vulnerable. And if LeBron want to be the pantheon great player that he is, the undisputed GOAT, the number one or number two player in the history of this sport to ever pick up a ball, he get it done this series by dominating Kevin Durant. Bo, what you think?
And Cleveland should get swept. against Golden State. I mean, ain't no ifs, ways, or buts about it. They should get swept, but I think Golden State will beat them in 5. I just don't see how he can beat this team. You talking about this best chance? Yeah, this Warriors team is a little vulnerable, but I mean, this Cleveland team is not that good. I mean, and I just don't see how they going. I don't see how they should win a game this series. They gonna win one, but I don't. But if he win this series, all they gonna do is say, "Oh, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time." But there's no way they should be able to beat Golden State this year.
Well, make no mistake about it. This is a big time series, and this is a big time games that's going on for LeBron James. Two legacies at stake: Kevin Durant and LeBron James. I really think that LeBron James is going to get a fair chance at this one simply because of the standpoint that he has to play at elite status. Like he has to be at critical mass. There's no more cruise control. I can coast here. K Love gonna give me 20. Kyrie gonna give me 30. Then I go get my little 30, 27, and I'm good to go. No, sir. If you want to win, you got to score 40 4 times. That's just what you got to do. You got to get 40 plus 4 times. And I really think because of the way Cleveland play and the way they space the floor, and the way LeBron James can get to certain spots of the floor and impact the game in the paint, I think they have a chance. I really do. I really feel like they have a chance.
Hey bro, let me ask you: if LeBron some kind of way find a way to beat Golden State, do he still leave?
I want to believe that LeBron James is not going to leave anyway, simply because for the standpoint he don't want none of that West. I feel like he has all the cards. He runs their organization, and it's a matter they have the 8th pick, so he has an asset, and they're in a position where they can get rid of people off the books. George Hill, it's on the strength of the management team now. Can we move George Hill contract? What we're gonna do with J.R. Smith contract? What we're gonna do with Kevin Love contract? Because Kevin Love is here in the last year's deal. So I don't think you can get a player of Kevin Love's quality at that price in the last year of their contract.
No. One more question. What are these stand for? One more question. If do Ty Lue start Tristan Thompson, or do we keep Jeff Green in there? Because LeBron don't want to guard KD.
In my humble opinion, I really would feel that what I would do is I would go small. I would not put Tristan Thompson in the game. I would let him impact the game off the bench. He's only going to get so many points, and he's only going to get so many offensive rebounds. He doesn't have to be in the game majority of the minutes to impact the game from that standpoint. I really think Jeff Green needs to be out there from the standpoint of that we could throw multiple bodies at KD that's not named LeBron James. D. Stanfield, welcome, and tell the people what you think about what you just witnessed, and also speak on number 4.
Man, first of all, congratulations to Golden State for doing what we all expected them to do. I will say, in spite of the congratulations, I called it. I think me and you both called it. We said if CP3 don't play in Game 6 or Game 7, the series is pretty much over, and it proved to be true. I think everybody was on one accord with that, so I don't think that there's any need to touch on that other than to say I feel sorry for my man CP3. I was really hoping that he would get to it, but I can recall our initial conversation back before the playoffs started. I told you that I felt like CP3 at some point in these playoffs was going to get hurt. I felt like it was going to be the hamstring or the high ankle sprain, and it proved to be the hamstring, and that was all she wrote. Moving into where I feel what's going on for the NBA Finals. Just to kind of touch on what you said about Tristan Thompson, I don't think that you can take that closed-minded approach about starting Tristan Thompson or going small. I think that Ty Lue has to be very improvisational when it comes to this series. I think that if Golden State does start JaVale McGee and Draymond Green, which is something that he hasn't been doing but may prove to be a little bit more effective against a LeBron James, a person that's going to attack the basket more often, I think that then you have to start Tristan Thompson because you can't have Kevin Love out there trying to be a rim protector, play defense, and expect anything out of him on the offensive end.
Well, let me ask you this, just to counter that. Kevin Love, obviously his Achilles heel is Draymond Green. He relatively plays well against every other team in the NBA but the Warriors, and that's because his matchup is Draymond Green. Now, this season, the 2 games that they played, Kevin Love was starting at the 5, and they had Jeff Green starting at the 4. Jeff Green was being that means Draymond Green's space was being occupied, having to defend Jeff Green, and Kevin Love was able to get off. Is there something that you think that Cleveland will have to explore in this series? Because I think so.
I absolutely think that that's something that they're going to have to explore. But again, from the standpoint of you want to spread the floor, if you starting Kevin Love at the 5, you're doing that solely for the purpose of having JaVale McGee step out on him. But then, to your point, you have to start Jeff Green.
I don't think JaVale McGee gonna play this series. I really don't. I think he's still gonna. I still think he's gonna stay with the young guys, Jordan Bell and Kevin Looney.
It would be a fool to believe that JaVale McGee is not going to play this series, considering the fact that at any given time the Cavaliers, unlike the Houston Rockets, only have 2 shooters on the floor. Everybody else is a slasher.
Yeah. So I still don't think he's gonna play. I think Iguodala, when he's healthy, I think he should be able to play game 1, and he's gonna guard LeBron. He played great deal on LeBron. You can't stop LeBron; he's unstoppable. But Iguodala can work.
I think that you're underestimating Iguodala's injury. I think if Iguodala was able to play, if his injury was that minor, then he would have played in this game 7. Because clearly this was a critical game that they probably thought that they could win. But I mean, Iguodala's at the end of his career, so if he was in that dire of a situation where he felt like he needed to play, he would have played. So I think that he may be a little bit more serious.
They've been saying he's day to day for a while now.
Right, and
that's my point.
Today wasn't the day.
They've been saying Kawhi Leonard was day to day for the last 6 months.
Let's go a little deeper, fellas. The Houston Rockets had the best record in the NBA this season, and they end up losing a game 7 at home against the Rockets. Did this team underachieve, overachieve, or did they not get the job done? I'll go first. I really think that this team will not finish the drill. I felt like they built their entire roster, their entire team, their entire mentality to beat the Warriors. And Chris Paul was a big part of that. And because Chris Paul wasn't even able to be out there on the floor, they didn't get the just and the fair opportunity that I would like them to have to try to dethrone the Warriors. I already knew when Chris Paul wasn't out there. Yes, I was watching the game on edge. Yes, Kevin Durant was making me upset, missing shots. Yes, Steph Curry was making me upset, missing shots. But I already know the truth. When the game got to a certain point, Chris Paul's greatness was he can dictate tempo in a ball game. In this series, he was doing a great job of that. He was running when he wanted to run, slowing it up. He was able to dictate tempo. The Golden State Warriors try to jump out and start running. He'll jump. He'll go straight to a point guard, and he'll slow the ball. Whoever had the ball, Chris Paul would literally run to that guy and play man-on-man defense to slow down the break. When that emphasis, when that point of attack was gone, I knew the Rockets were vulnerable. And then Mike D'Antoni, he was reluctant to play his entire team to try to get some lineup or everybody to make up for the production or lack thereof that Chris Paul was having. But what you think about that?
I agree. I agree with everything you just said. My question is to you now, though. Chris Paul's a free. He just turned down $200 million.
Which was his fault.
If you Houston, what would you offer him a max deal?
No. Why would I offer somebody a max deal when I need him to be the max? He won the max.
Exactly, because they're not gonna be able to offer him the max and Capella. Because somebody gonna get Capella a lot of money this year.
Capella can go too. They can get another Capella. The Houston Rockets are done. No, you got to understand the Houston Rockets are done. Like that is done. That is a done deal. They go to a 6, 7, 8 seed in the East. I mean, I'm sorry, in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, in the Western Conference standing, they got James Harden. He's a great player. He might get regular season MVP, which is cool. But at the end of the day, they not going to be that good. They finna lose a lot of people. Ariza is old. PJ Tucker, they can't pay him too much money. Ba Mute, goodbye. Eric Gordon is finna command some money. We all seen Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon played good this entire series. Somebody is finna pay Eric Gordon.
LeBron lose to Golden State. Where did LeBron go to Houston?
I
just think if LeBron loses in the NBA Finals, I think it's going to be hard for him. I just think it's going to be hard for him to leave Cleveland when he has all the cards and he has everything in his favor in Cleveland. He got it all.
Before you go in on that, I think that you missed something.
Talk to
me. Houston was built to beat Golden State this year.
Yes, sir.
And that is true. And we both, like I said, we both had suspicions about Chris Paul's health. However, Houston, what people are not talking about is Houston was also built to lure LeBron for next year. That was the ploy. You can get rid of Capella, you can send Ariza to retirement or to the bench, and you don't have to offer Chris Paul a max deal because bringing LeBron to town will at that point give the
let me comment on that. I don't know if a lot of people understand, but I think LeBron James will go down as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, if later on in life not the greatest, because of his impact on the league from a financial standpoint and from a social standpoint. On the financial end, LeBron James told everybody he wanted to be the highest paid player in the league. That's cool. I think he deserved that honor. But let's go a little bit deeper. He wanted to be the highest paid player in the league because when they did the new TV deals and negotiated new contracts, there was only two players that could demand $30 million a year at that time. Two players, Kevin Durant and himself. When he went up there and set the bar, hey, you're gonna pay me $33 million. That opened up the doors for players like Otto Porter and Evan Turner to be absolute trash cans, but they get $100 million whenever we get through. So now that part of the game is done, I really think LeBron James go back to the Miami approach where we can get multiple players.
Exactly.
We can get multiple players for less money, or not necessarily less money, but less long deals. So we can get Paul George again. Hey, Paul George, sign a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. Let's go get this championship now. Or Kawhi Leonard, we can trade, do whatever we got to do. You ain't got to get this max extension. We're just going to finish out your contract, and you're going to do what you got to do. What you think about that, Bo?
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but if only way LeBron Cleveland is unless he can get Kawhi Leonard. And I don't know if Cleveland got enough to offer San Antonio to get Kawhi Leonard. You got to offer more than the 8th pick to get Kawhi Leonard. I agree. I think if he should stay in the East because the West is the gauntlet. Let's just be real. I mean, it's only 4 good teams in the NBA: Cleveland, Golden State, Houston, and San Antonio.
You mean great? Say great. Great teams, because now the NBA has some of the most parity that it's ever had, and they have a lot of good teams now. I can run you the list. The Spurs are a good team. The Pelicans are a good team. The Sixers are a good team. The Pacers are a good team. Who else? Portland Trailblazers are a good team. It's a host of good teams.
At the moment, Oklahoma City is a good team. At the moment,
Oklahoma City is a good team. But right now,
Jazz is a good team.
What we're going up against now is the elite teams. And the Milwaukee Bucks is a good team whenever we get through. But right now, what we're going up against is that we have a situation to where LeBron James is leading a team that, in most people's eyes, is overachieving. But I think that this team is underachieving. That's just my personal opinion. D. Stanfield, what do you think about that?
This team is better suited and built to beat Golden State than last year's team.
Go a little deeper on that, because I agree with you. Go deep.
Well, for one, you and I have talked about this personally, D. Burks. Anytime where you put LeBron in a situation where he doesn't have an opportunity to defer, get the opportunity, the rare opportunity to see the true greatness of LeBron James. That's first and foremost. In this situation, he is charged with the obligation to get everybody else involved. And those moments where everybody else gets involved early, and then he becomes aggressive in the late first quarter going into the second quarter, and then that's when you see the greatness of LeBron James. But on the defensive end, this team is a lot deeper than what is really being led on. George Hill is a lot more defensive minded than Kyrie ever was. JR is finally coming into his own on the defensive end, although his shot selection seems to have regressed as opposed to progressed. But that could all change in the NBA Finals, given his experience and given the fact that they've actually made it. And then you talk about the Larry Nances, the some of the other younger players on the team, the Jeff Greens, the players that are hungry to get a championship, and you talk about the leadership of LeBron and the Kendrick Perkins. I think that both physically and mentally, this team is a lot better suited to compete with a Golden State team. And if they can follow the blueprint to let KD and Steph go get theirs and shut down Draymond and Klay Thompson, they will be in every game. And if LeBron James can be the great LeBron James that we know he can be, then I believe they can close them out, either in 6 or 7.
Now, Bo, before you unleash, let me say something before you get in, because I hear it in your voice. I really think that this series is up to LeBron James. I don't think other people know my main man Courtney Chappelle, who's not with us. He's with us on the Facebook feed, and I'm pretty sure he is in there regulating and setting the tone for everybody who talking reckless. But we know who Big Brother is, and Big Brother is LeBron James and Kevin Durant. And LeBron James got the opportunity right now to look his little brother in the eye and say, "Bro, I'm sorry, but I got to do it to you. And if you're not ready to stand up to me as big bro, I'm finna beat you." I think George Hill and Klay Thompson, I think George Hill and Steph Curry, believe it or not, I think George Hill is going to be good in that matchup. Steph Curry is going to score more points, of course, because he's going to take more shots. I think George Hill is still going to be able to get relatively 10 to 17 points from that position. I also think J.R. Smith is no excuse for him. He's played Klay Thompson and guarded Klay Thompson for the last 4 years. So he knows what he likes to do. He knows what he's capable of doing. It shouldn't be no extra film study. He's comfortable there. The key is, like we discussed earlier, who are you going to start? You're going to start Draymond Green, you're going to start Jeff Green, or you're going to start Tristan Thompson. We all know what time it is. The Phoenix Suns, my boy Courtney, he'll tell y'all later along, the Phoenix Suns, Houston Rockets, same team. Same coach, same philosophy, same team, same result. We ain't worried about that no more. Now we're talking about the NBA Finals. Bo Falair, talk to the people.
Hey, man.
Hey, Bo, if you say something foolish, man, I'm putting you on mute.
Well, you just said something damn foolish. Talking about they gonna beat Golden State at 6-7. Shit, they find a way to beat them.
I said they had the capability. I didn't say it was gonna happen.
Okay. Well, I got Golden State winning in 5. They should sweep them. The thing about it, I agree with you when you said defensive minded wise, this Cleveland team is a better defensive team than it was last year. But the thing about it this year, like Steph Curry he can rest on defense. Like remember that he used to guard JR in the last 3 finals? He get to guard his position this final. He get to guard George Hill. So Klay Thompson go to JR now. So JR he gonna have to guard Klay Thompson and try to get a bucket now. Cause they gonna need JR. They're gonna be successful in this year. Like everybody know, Draymond Green be all up in Kevin Love's head. Like he be in his head. You think he got a concussion now? Just wait till he see on Thursday when he get Draymond Green.
I just disagree with that. When Kevin Love was starting at the 5, based off the data that we have for this,
he won't see Draymond Green if Kevin Love started at the 5.
Played very well against Golden State.
Yeah, Jeff Green.
Golden State can stay small.
But I think if Golden State stays small, then they kind of play into Cleveland's hands.
How? They've been playing small against Cleveland the last 3 years.
That's only if Tyronn Lue makes the adjustments. Personally, to your point, Bo, I agree with you that Steph Curry might not have to be defensive minded in this series. But if George Hill plays anything in this series like he played against Boston, Steph Curry gonna have a lot on his hands because George Hill was balling the last 3 games of this series.
He didn't play good last night. He didn't do shit.
You don't have to shoot good to play good. He played very aggressive. I think he had 3 steals last night.
He played good on defense against Terry Rozier, a 3rd-year player. Now he's going against the best point guard in the NBA and who I think is the 2nd best point guard of all time. That's what we got to go against now. See,
Steph Curry, the 2nd best point guard of all time.
That's my opinion. I think he better than Isaiah. That's how I feel.
Damn, he better than Oscar Robertson too.
Dang,
I think he better, man.
He better than Allen Iverson.
Iverson was but he better than Allen Iverson. He better than Allen Iverson.
Oh, okay, all right. I disagree
with you.
you.
I better be glad. You better be glad Courtney ain't on here to hear you say Steph Curry better than Allen Iverson. Boy,
Allen Iverson better than
Kobe. Matter of fact, if he was on, I would just shut the show down and just let y'all go.
Courtney think Allen Iverson better than Kobe. And I was living and feeling when Allen Iverson was balling. I'm telling you, he ain't better.
Nah, I still don't agree with that. I'm gonna tell him that till I'm blue in the face.
Yo, for Allen Iverson not to be a pure shooter, and for him to average 33 points,
it's Allen Iverson. But at the same time, it's Allen Iverson's fault. He's not a pure shooter. But let's talk about what's going on at hand.
Hey,
so right now,
before you move on, hey, D-Burst, let me ask. I had a conversation with somebody earlier while we on this very subject. With somebody earlier, and the person said, "Well, who's gonna stop Klay Thompson?" And I said, "I probably wouldn't be worried about stopping Klay Thompson. What I would do if I was Ty Lue, I'd throw a curveball at him. I would start Kyle Korver and just make Klay Thompson run as much as he want to make you run."
But he gonna do the same thing with JR though, right? He gonna
I'm gonna tell you this.
Bring JR
that could be a wrinkle in the thing, but at the same time, I really think Klay Thompson should get Finals MVP. This series simply because nobody's gonna worry about him. He's in the ultimate kill bill position. We got to worry about Steph Curry and we got to worry about Kevin Durant respectively before we even can get to you. And because they run their offense through him, they really supposed to pay more attention to him because he's the first option on the offense. Because if they execute their plays right, the players ran for him to get 3-point shots or 2-point shots.
Like I was telling D. Burt last season when Golden State played New Orleans, you really can't stop Klay Thompson because he run around 100 screens.
But that's my point.
You can hope he miss. If he miss, okay. But you can't.
Stop Klay Thompson by being able to defend him if you can fight through all the screens or you can switch all the screens to get to him when he's on the catch. You stop Klay Thompson when he has to create a shot for himself. That's how you stop Klay Thompson.
You fight fire with fire. The people that know how to stop people that run around screens are the people that run around screens. If anybody understands the thought process that Klay Thompson is going to take into the game,
it's going
to be Kyle Korver.
Yeah, but I actually think that this series is going to come down to the young players. The Jordan.
JR don't do the same thing as Kyle Korver?
Say it again, Bo. I didn't hear you.
So JR don't do the same thing as Kyle Korver? Run around?
Hell no.
No.
Hell
no.
I do that.
JR more so he floats. JR's a floater. They usually put him on the opposite side of the ball, so he's the skip pass guy.
Right.
Opposed to Kyle Korver, they actually running plays for Kyle Korver.
But see, the thing about having Korver in, if you have Korver in, you can't have Love. You can't have both on me.
I think that on the contrary,
I disagree with that. I disagree with that, Bo, because at the end of the day, Golden State is going to put 2 self-check people on the floor, 2. Whether it's going to be their power forward center. If it's Draymond Green, Looney, or Draymond Green, Bell, or Draymond Green, McGee, it's going to be self-check people on the court at all times.
Play this series, okay? I keep telling y'all that.
I'm saying, on the contrary, I think if you put Kyle Korver and Love on the floor at the same time, and especially if LeBron is hitting, if you got those two people on the outside shooting the shot, knocking them down, I'm telling you, it might be curtains for Golden State.
Hey, so y'all don't think Iguodala coming back at all this year?
Oh no, I didn't say that.
Yeah. I think Iguodala's gonna be back, but I don't think they're gonna start that small lineup against Cleveland.
Why they always play small against Cleveland?
No, I don't think that lineup is what they need to start the game with. I actually think that that's a lineup they need to go to when it's time to build on leads or come back, because I don't want you to allow LeBron James the opportunity to get comfortable in your best lineup.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that too.
Golden State do not fear LeBron. They used to fear Kyrie. They don't
fear. Let me tell you something. See, this is why I disagree. Okay. The only reason why Kevin Durant is on this roster is because they respected and feared LeBron James enough to know that we had to go get the equalizer to LeBron. You could talk that Kyrie get buckets and all that whoop-de-whoop. They understood that boy, LeBron James, is something that we can't do nothing about.
They beat him already without KD. Stop that shit.
Say that again.
They beat him already.
Say that again.
They beat them without KD.
They beat them. They beat.
No, Bo. Let me help Bo out, because Bo a warrior. And let me go ahead and put this thing in its proper perspective. When they beat them the first time, I am one of the people who felt that LeBron James was supposed to beat the Warriors the first time. So let me give you the psyche of LeBron James. Okay, you beat me the first time. I didn't have my own team. I didn't have my own squad. K Love was hurt. Kyrie Irving was hurt. When I see y'all again, yeah, we had some bullshit going in game 5. That's cute. I beat y'all. So I'm not worried about y'all. So guess what they did? We understood LeBron James is going to destroy us again. So guess what we're going to do? We got an opportunity to get Kevin Durant, bring him on. And when they brought on Kevin Durant, that was a non-issue anymore. But what I'm here to tell you now is that LeBron James is unchained. He is unchained James. He has really embraced and understood the point that he got to get 40 to 50 points against these big dog teams if his team want to be in the game with a chance to win.
So you got Cleveland winning this series, bro?
Hell no, I don't have Cleveland winning this series. Cleveland should get their ass whooped. They should get swept. But if LeBron James is the great player that his fan base and everybody else expect him to be, what he got to do is get 40. And when he get them 40-plus points, he got a good enough team to get 60 points from the rest of the 7 people that's going to touch the floor. He in the game.
Hey, Bo, I'm gonna say this, and then I ain't gonna say nothing else. I'm not picking Cleveland to win this series, but I am putting LeBron in the Tom Brady situation. If LeBron was to somehow pull off this series, then he is undoubtedly in that GOAT conversation. No question about it whatsoever. Is he the GOAT at that point? That's debatable. But is he in that top conversation? There's no more Kobe talk. There's no more everybody else talk. It's MJ and Brady. That's it.
If LeBron beat this Golden State Warriors team with this team he got, I'm not gonna ever put him over Jordan, but he'll be right there.
Yeah,
see, I got a news flash for all y'all.
I'll put him over.
He just making it to the finals this round. Whether they get swept, losing 5, losing 6, losing 7, he's gonna surpass Kobe Bryant. And I say this from the standpoint of I love Jelly Bean.
That's a fact.
Don't get it confused. I love Jelly Bean. One of my favorite players, if not he's the player that I like the most. I respect Jordan. I was a Penny Hardaway fan, but Kobe is my guy. But at the end of the day, LeBron James, when he had less, he did more. When Kobe Bryant had less, I don't care if it was in the West, he had a 3-1 lead, and he elected to not shoot the ball because the media said he was shooting too much. Not realizing the reason why he was shooting so much is the reason why they had a 3-1 lead. Because the guy who was supposed to be taking the shots was taking the shots.
One thing I can say about LeBron, he do make his teammates better. And I don't
know. What you're not gonna do in Fresh Respect is lie to the people. He do not make his teammates better. LeBron James actually makes his teammates worse players, but because he's in the Eastern Conference and because of his greatness, he's able to manipulate the situation to where they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals, NBA Finals. They look like they were made better. Jeff Green was a better player without him. J.R. Smith was a better player without him. Am I right or wrong? George Hill was a better player. George Hill this season led the NBA in three-point percentage before he got with LeBron. He's not the leader anymore. So that means LeBron didn't make him better. Kevin Love was a 30,
26 and 12 guy.
Kevin Love was a 28 and 15 guy. He ain't had them numbers since he been there. D Wade numbers went down. Chalmers went down. Chris Bosh went down. Everybody's numbers went down, but that's cool because we play with LeBron. And LeBron's supposed to be the guy. Okay, if we sacrifice our numbers, he's supposed to make up for that and win. Am I right or wrong?
He does make them smarter and more defensively efficient, but he doesn't necessarily make them better, especially on the offensive end.
Only person he didn't make better is goddamn Kevin Love. Okay? You really thought Kevin
Love
he
didn't make
Splash
better.
If you thought Kevin Love was going to put the same numbers in Minnesota with LeBron and Kyrie on the same team, you got life fucked up.
Really? That's a lie. That is a lie. LeBron James doesn't make anybody. LeBron James has not made anybody a better basketball player. That is a lie. That is not what he does. Systems make better. Basketball systems make players more efficient, which makes them better. LeBron James' system doesn't do that.
I would say that he helps to increase other players' basketball IQ, and he puts you in a better mindset as it pertains to how to interpret defense. I know that for a fact that Kyrie learned a myriad of things from him defensively.
Of course.
But to say that he makes them better players.
And you talking about Jeff Green. Jeff Green's career was almost over. Jeff Green,
are you crazy?
Since he had that surgery.
Jeff Green was balling in Memphis. What are you talking about?
He was balling in Memphis?
Yeah.
What, last year?
No. Before he went to the Clippers, Jeff Green was a baller in Memphis.
Jeff Green's best years when he was on the OKC, man.
Strongly disagree with that.
Okay.
And LeBron James, at the end of the day, LeBron James do not make players better.
That's your opinion. I disagree with you.
I know because you watching ESPN, you follow for the.
I watch the games, man.
Who he made better than? Bo, name the player. Name the player that he made better.
JR, he won 6 man in New York.
He won 6 man.
JR was.
Hey, hold on, Bo. You trying to tell me that he made J.R. Smith better before he got with JR? He was the 6 man a year. He was averaging 16 a game. Now we
Knicks.
And we happy. We happy to get 10.
Knicks for the Knicks.
For the Knicks and the Nuggets. And hold on, bro. This man played for 4 NBA franchises. 4. He averaged over 15 a game for 4 NBA. The 3 of the 4.
Bro, you're not. Look what you're saying.
He didn't average 15 points. Was when LeBron.
Look what you're saying. When he was in Denver, he was the third option, right? Right or wrong?
Third or second?
He was the third. It was Carmelo, Chauncey Billups, JR. When he was in New York.
No, strongly disagree.
Who was the second option?
Him.
Nah.
That was Chauncey Billups, man.
No, bro. See, that was you're not understanding. Chauncey Billups was the floor general. Okay. He's not looked at as an option. He's not an option. He's the floor general. He's not the option.
Okay, it was more likely Carmelo Nene, then J.R. Smith, then Kenyon Martin.
Hey man, in the Knicks, what option was he? The Knicks,
the second.
Yes. So he's the number 4 option now. So how was he still gonna put up 16 points? Answer that question for me.
That's it. You just answered the question for me.
And he's the simple fact that he was the 4th option and putting up the same 16 points, and he's only averaging 12 now. That helps our point, not hurts it.
Hey man, hey, let me tell y'all something, man. Jeff Green played 1 year with the Memphis Grizzlies, man. He only put up 13 points. He only played in 50 games.
What you mean? Only put up.
So how many? So hold on, Bo. He averaged 13 with the Memphis Grizzlies. What do he do now?
He come off the bench.
Okay.
He come off the bench.
Okay. He come off the bench.
He averaged 11. He averaged 11 off the bench.
He averaged 11 off the bench. He started to average 13. How many minutes did he get, Bo? Go deeper.
Hey, Burst. Ask him.
Hold on, D. Stanfield. How many minutes did he get with Memphis?
He played over 30 minutes a game.
How many minutes he played with Cleveland?
22.
So he played 8 less minutes, 2 less points, but LeBron's supposed to make him better. So shouldn't he have more fun? So he'd be more efficient?
Okay. All right, man. Whatever you say. Like
I'm just asking you a question.
His best year was in OKC, man. That was his best year.
His best year.
Y'all think JR gonna average 16 points and he the fourth option?
How many
shot attempts he get? How many shot attempts?
How you gonna average 14 points when you got 2 folks on your team that take over 20 shots a game?
Who take over 20 shots a game?
LeBron and Kyrie.
Oh, wait.
Kyrie ain't on their team. We talking about right now.
Right now, he's the third option. He's the third option right now.
Hey, D-Burts, how many shots a game do you think that Carmelo Chauncey?
I don't want to talk to Bo right now. Right now, what Bo is trying to do right now, he's trying to make excuses. And I get it because he's a Golden State Warrior. He loves Steph Curry. He loves the Splash Brothers.
We're not even talking about Golden State, though.
But at the end of the day, LeBron James, for the reason that he just said, LeBron James, quote unquote, supposed to make people better. So because he makes people better, they should have a chance.
When you play with somebody like LeBron James, you gotta play your role. Chris Bosh knew his role. Kevin Love knew his role. His role was the same role with Chris Bosh had.
So LeBron made them better.
When Chris Bosh was in Toronto,
so let me ask you this: knowing your role, which is a role that's changed from the role that you've been in, that helped you get to the level that you've been on. You have to adjust your role to play with this guy. But this guy make you better?
How you turn a superstar into a role player, and then you say you make him better?
That's your problem, Stanfield. He was a superstar in Minnesota. You label Kevin Love a superstar.
I'm not talking.
Kevin Love, Kevin Love, hold on. The reason why the deal was so big was when Kevin Love came to that team, he was the best power forward in the NBA. That's why it was so big. He was the best one.
He wasn't. I don't think he was the best one. He was top 3.
He was the best power forward in the game.
Was Blake Griffin better?
No, he was top 3.
Blake Griffin better. Because it was him and Blake Griffin. KG, think about this now. Marcus Aldridge was in Portland. He was in Portland with Dame Lillard. Kevin Love was better than Marcus Aldridge. Miss me with the other shit.
How? Because he was putting up more points?
What you mean he was better than him?
How?
We all know this. Everybody know Kevin Love was a better.
Tell me how.
Marcus Aldridge.
Bro, across the league, everybody considered Kevin Love to be the best.
Kevin Love was the best power forward in the NBA when he got traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's why it became a big 3, because he was the one who made it big.
He was better than Chris Bosh too.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me how.
Now,
hold on.
Wait, no. I'm not about to hold on because I'm about to agree with you for 1 second. When I had this argument several times. I said time and time again, there's no way that Kevin Love is better than Chris Bosh. People argued me down. I said there's no way that Kevin Love is a better all-around player than Chris Bosh. He don't play defense better than Chris Bosh. He don't rebound better than Chris Bosh. And he damn sure don't have a mid-range like Chris Bosh. He do have a post game, and he shoot the 3 a lot better than Chris Bosh.
Which offsets that mid-range. If we're going down the list, I feel like Chris Bosh was a better rim protector defender.
Yep.
He's a better mid-range shooter. But then we turn back around, Kevin Love was an elite rebounder. Not just an average, elite.
Yeah, he was. Absolutely.
And he got bucked.
Them same rebounds.
Hey, bro, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. So Chris Bosh wasn't putting up those same type of number Kevin Love was putting up when he was in Toronto?
He wasn't putting up 28 points a night.
No, sir. One
Kevin
put up
Love
the same
was
thing.
going to put up 26 and 10.
First
No.
of all, Kevin Love was putting up.
Kevin Love ain't never averaged no 10 rebounds.
Kevin Love was putting
He
up.
didn't get 10 rebounds until he came to Golden State. I mean, to Cleveland. He never averaged no 10.
Across two consecutive seasons, Kevin Love put up 26 and 12. Across 2 seasons. That's not normal. But my argument was
Average 11 and 9.
My argument was Chris Bosh
14 and 11 his second year.
My argument was Chris Bosh put up similar numbers when he was putting up 26, 27, and 9, but his teams went to the playoffs. Kevin Love's teams never went to the playoffs at all. Matter of fact, one year Kevin Love's team didn't win over 12 games.
And that same year, he averaged damn near almost 30 points and 16 rebounds.
Yes.
He never averaged over 30 points. Stop this shit.
He said almost.
I said almost, bro.
The most he ever averaged was 626. Never averaged close to 30. Stop that shit.
Pull up the facts.
Did Chris Bosh average over 24?
No, his career number was 24. That was his career.
Yeah, miss me with that. The best power forward at the time was Kevin.
Somebody got to score in Minnesota.
Look, bro, that's you and D Wilk shit. I don't buy that.
Kevin Martin put up points.
I don't like that. I never bought that.
I tell people
whenever you get through
all the time. Listen, if you the only option on that team, it's just like with Russ last year, and this don't take nothing away from Russell Westbrook at all. But if you the only option on the team, you gonna shoot 50 shots a night.
Exactly. Thank you, Stan.
And you're gonna average all the rebounds because you're the only one under the bucket, and you got to play with fucking Rubio, who at the time couldn't shoot a 3. He looked like. Can
you name me one person on Minnesota team that year besides Ricky Rubio? Hold on, I'll wait.
You name me one person on Toronto team besides Chris Bosh, and I'll wait.
I can't.
You can't. But the difference is.
So now we're gonna talk about the two players. And Kevin Love, I just told you, Chris Bosh was the better rim protector and pick and roll defender. Kevin Love was better at everything else.
But Chris Bosh was in the playoffs, and I will to your credit, Bo. I will
because he was in the East.
Yep,
that's the whole story.
That's it. Because they was in the East, and Kevin Love had to play in the West. But that speaks to Kevin Love's degree of difficulty to average the points too.
Well, look, let me tell you something. Cleveland should lose this series, and they should get swept. But I got them getting one game. They'll win. Cleveland will win game 3 or 4.
All right, man. We coming up on the final perspective, and Bo just laid down the law. He just pretty much said that Cleveland should get mollywopped and get done in because the Golden State Warriors are too mighty and they too heavy for this team. D. Stanfield, what you got?
If LeBron stays healthy throughout this entire series, I got the Cavs taking them to 6. I still got Golden State closing them out in 6.
So you picking Golden State in 6?
Yeah.
It's tough. My main man Courtney Chappelle ain't with me to go be the wild card, and I hate to disappoint y'all, but I'm not finna be the wild card either. Kevin Durant is my favorite player. I believe in the Splash Brothers, and Golden State should win this in 4. They should sweep them. Period. They beat them they lost to them in 7.
Are you
when they had a 14? They beat them in 6. They beat them in 6 when LeBron had a similar team with no Kevin Durant. They lost when they didn't have Kevin Durant in 7. They won with Kevin Durant in 5 with Kyrie Love. I'm telling you, this should be a mollywop. Go want to
mollywop, Burks.
Say what now?
By Golden State, they're gonna trick off one game out of this series. They're gonna trick off game 3. What? Why would I say? Game 3 or 4, they're gonna trick off one game.
Are you playing this Skip Bayless game because you keep saying should? I need a definitive it's gonna happen.
Golden State gonna win in 5 because they gonna trick off a game. I'm telling you.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about D. Burks. He keeps saying should. I need a definitive this will or this won't.
Oh, you ain't gonna get that from me because I'm going up against. I'm going to look after I went and seen Kevin Durant and LeBron James play live. I need to see what it looked like game 1 when they go head to head.
See, now we talking to Skip Burtz.
Ain't no Skip. Ain't no Skip
Marcus
Burtz.
Bayless.
Ain't no Skip Burtz. We're talking about Skip Truth. Y'all wasn't with me when I seen this live and in color. I know what I'm talking about.
Hey, do you know if Golden State win this year, like Steph Curry gonna have the same amount of rings as LeBron? I mean, I'm just saying.
But see, here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing, bro. Steph Curry never really had a LeBron problem. But at the end of the day, we got to respect the greatness, which what is LeBron James, and understand from the standpoint that he was going to kill them if they played them again next year without having somebody who can deal with him. Andre Iguodala, Harrison Barnes, they couldn't do it. So they had an opportunity to add the only player in the NBA who can equal or surpass LeBron James' output on the basketball floor, and that's Kevin Durant.
Another fun fact. Hey, if Golden State win this series, LeBron will have the exact same amount of losses that Tom Brady has Super Bowl wins.
Hey, Bert, let me ask you a question. This same Cleveland team right here, if Kevin Durant don't even play this finals, you don't think Golden State could beat them?
Nope.
No. Not this team.
Nope. See, this is the Kasim notion that most people don't have. I really think that people don't understand why Kevin Durant is on his team. Kevin Durant is the equalizer. This is year 4 for them. Kevin Durant is what makes them the unstoppable force. Kevin Durant is what makes them the Warriors. Because this year, with the injuries that they had and the ups and downs that they had, without the stability of one Kevin Durant, Portland would have got him. The way the Pelicans was playing without Kevin Durant, they would have got him. They wouldn't have been in no second seed without Kevin Durant. They wouldn't have been in the second place. They'd have been.
Don't bring that Portland shit up with me.
Hey, Bo, I got a question for you, man.
You crazy as hell. You think Portland wouldn't have beat them without KD?
Hey, bro, let me say something to you. You think this team? You basically saying take KD off this team?
Yeah.
And this team beat Johnny. It wouldn't have been that.
Hey, if KD won on this team, they lost in 7 games to LeBron. Whenever you get through.
No, they lost to Kyrie. Stop saying that LeBron.
They lost to Kyrie. Don't do that. Don't do that.
LeBron.
Don't do that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like LeBron James just won in the series and didn't have 240 pieces, and he had a strong game in game 7. Then let's be clear. Kyrie hit the big shot. Kyrie hit the big shot. Don't get me wrong.
LeBron called the play for Kyrie to hit.
LeBron James had
LeBron didn't take the shot. That would have what he didn't want to take that shot. He didn't want to take no shot.
He did take the shot. See, that's what you're not gonna do, Bo. He took the shots. He was missing. Tell the whole story. He was taking them.
He gave the ball to Kyrie.
LeBron, he didn't give the ball to Kyrie.
Okay.
That's not how it went down. Kyrie had the ball and took the shot. LeBron James, after he blocked that shot for Iguodala, he came out and missed 3 straight shots. He shot the ball. He missed it. On the 4th shot, Kyrie, after they got the rebound, they passed the ball to Kyrie, and Kyrie went to work and hit that shot on Steph Curry. Put this thing in its proper context.
The closer of that team. Facts.
Hey, Bo, let me ask you.
Closer of that team. Facts.
Who the closer?
Bo, let me ask you.
Kyrie was the closer of that team.
No argument there, Bo. I'm not arguing that.
Let me ask you a question before we close out, man. This is directed to you, Bo. God forbid if LeBron go to Philly, you leaving Golden State?
I'm not a Sixers fan. I like the Bulls.
All right.
It would be great for the city, but even if he go to the Sixers, the Sixers team won't beat Golden State.
I'm sorry, what?
It won't be enough shooting, man. Let Ben Simmons come next year with a jump shot. That shit ain't gonna work.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You don't think Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Covington?
JJ Redick won't be there. He won't be there next year. They get LeBron.
Okay. Anyway, Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Covington, LeBron James, and Embiid. You don't think they could beat Golden State?
No, I don't think for LeBron to be successful. Stanfield, what do he need around him?
Shooters.
See, this is why I disagree with you on this one, Bo.
Okay.
The only way he go to Philly is if they have a conversation with LeBron and they tell LeBron, you are the scorer, which means LeBron comes off the ball and the ball goes to Ben Simmons. If LeBron is their scorer, they are a great team.
And then you got Markelle coming off the bench to play the point.
I think Markelle finna get traded though.
I think he's gonna get traded too. I think he's about to get traded too. I really do. I think he's about to get traded too. But let me ask you a question. Everybody keeps talking about LeBron going to Philly.
I don't think he's going to Philly. I don't think he's
okay.
Leaving.
But look,
I don't think he's leaving either.
I don't even think he's leaving Cleveland personally.
Why is Milwaukee not an option?
Coaching.
They got Budenholzer. They got Budenholzer.
Again,
LeBron don't care nothing about Budenholzer. He seen him twice and swept it.
Okay.
Again, coaching. I think if LeBron was to leave Cleveland, it would be one of three places. Go play for Magic.
The Magic?
Go play for Magic.
If LeBron go to LA,
the Lakers. Okay, the Lakers. Okay,
yeah.
Lakers. Okay.
Go play for Magic.
No, if he go to LA, he's going to play for Jerry West. He's not playing for Magic.
Okay, Magic, Jerry West. What? Oh, wait, hold up. You think
he's not going to the Clippers, bro? He's not going to the Clippers.
Okay.
Because if he go to LA, if he go to the Lakers can offer 2 max deals. That means Paul George coming with his ass.
Hey man, hey, Bo. How many max deals you think the Clippers can offer? They have nobody. He got rid of their 2 biggest contracts. You may not have been paying attention. Chris Paul contract, bye. Who else? Blake Griffin contract, bye. DeAndre Jordan is a free agent, bye.
Yeah, I don't.
They got the most money. The Clippers got the money, Bo.
I don't see him with the Clippers.
Why would you play? You don't think he's gonna play for Magic Johnson over Jerry West?
Because of Doc Rivers, not because of.
Hold on. You think that LeBron James wouldn't choose Magic Johnson over the logo? That's what you're telling me.
Man, fuck the logo. He ain't the best ever.
Yeah. It ain't. And neither is Magic. And neither is Magic. Magic got Magic got young boys that LeBron gonna have to bring. They're gonna have to bring up the speed. Jerry West is in a position to bring veterans players around LeBron where he won't have to bring them up to speed.
Let me ask you a question, Bert.
That's
so
a possibility.
But
LeBron ain't going to play. LeBron ain't going to play for Doc Rivers, the main catalyst that pissed off Chris Paul in the first place. He done pissed off the wrong one. He ain't going to play for Doc Rivers.
He's not playing for Doc Rivers. No, he's not.
So you gonna play for Luke Walton?
I would if in LeBron's case, I think he would sooner play for Luke Walton than he would Doc Rivers, especially after the way.
Burst, LeBron want to play for a coach that he can control. He can't control Doc Rivers, man.
Oh, so y'all think Doc Rivers still gonna have control? Oh, that's what you thought. Okay, I see where your perspective coming from.
Didn't Doc just sign an extension?
Yeah,
he did.
Got the extension, but he don't have no control. See, that's why I'm missing it. Bitch, you finna get down, or you finna get laid down. You finna do what Jerry West tell you to do. Steve Ballmer is a billionaire. He's the richest owner in basketball. He didn't invest the Clippers just to say I got an NBA team. He is finna do what he can do to make them one of the best teams in the NBA.
You fail to realize
that position to do it.
Let me tell you, don't you fail to realize the NBA don't give a fuck about the Clippers? They want the Lakers good. They don't give a fuck about the Clippers, man.
How do you figure that the Lakers? See, this is what I disagree with you at. One thing that the NBA, I felt they did. This is the reason why Carmelo went to Denver. This is the reason why D Wade went to Miami. This is the reason why LeBron went to Cleveland when he got drafted in 2003. The NBA is about the small market teams. There's no need to build up franchises that's already have solidified themselves as a leader in our industry. The Lakers are set. The Boston Celtics are set. The Chicago Bulls are set. The New York Knicks are set. The New York Knicks has been trashed every year, but they still bringing the NBA money. It's about bringing the small market teams up. The Clippers is a small market team. We had Chris Paul with the opportunity to go play with Kobe Bryant. We vetoed the shit, and we sent him to the Clippers. And right now, we're having a discussion about the Clippers because of what Chris Paul was able to do to the Clippers for the last 6 years. Am I right or wrong?
The NBA always want the Lakers and the Celtics to be good. Can you imagine?
Who told you that?
Can you imagine?
Who told you that? That is one of the biggest and dumbest lies I've ever heard. The NBA does not want the Celtics and the Lakers to be good. That is a lie.
Okay.
That is not true.
TV, what Bo was saying is for TV purposes, the NBA is better when the Knicks and the Lakers are good.
When the Lakers and the
Get
Celtics
out
are
of
good.
here.
But
But TV purposes,
they
the
have
only
to be
reason
good.
why the Lakers are
They have to
relevant
be
to
good.
this day is because they had Jelly Bean, Kobe Bryant. Tell the whole truth.
But neither one of them has been good in so long that
What you mean, bro? The Celtics have been in the playoffs every goddamn year. It's the Lakers who ain't been good.
I'm not talking about the Celtics. I said the Knicks and the Lakers. I said that argument is so flawed. It's almost irrelevant.
Ain't nobody say nothing about no Lakers. I said the Lakers and the Celtics. Let me say something. Can you imagine LeBron going to the Lakers, get into the finals, Boston come out Boston gonna be favoring the East next year. Boston going to the final. Lakers versus Celtics again, 2019. Kyrie versus LeBron. Can you imagine?
I'm not saying LeBron can't go to the Lakers. LeBron can't go to the Lakers.
What pick?
The Magic Johnson could pull that off, but I really think that Jerry West got the most under his sleeve.
Man,
That's just my
not even an option, Burks. They're not even an option.
Say that again.
The Clippers not even an option for him.
Why?
Why isn't it?
Because so the Warriors was Austin for Kevin Durant before Jerry West.
They were talking about that shit all year.
Before Jerry West had the conversation. See, y'all are the media have led you to believe that Draymond Green and Steph Curry and all these boys were talking to that boy through the season. He had left them. He was back in Oklahoma City at his house. And Jerry West made the phone call. And when Jerry West made the phone call, Theo was signed the next day. Am I right or wrong?
They were still talking about it all year, though, Bert.
I don't care what they was talking about. Okay. When Jerry West get on the phone, moves get made.
Hey, man, LeBron don't give a fuck about Jerry West?
Okay.
Jerry West got on the phone, moves got made, and then Jerry West put Steph Curry on the plane with Steve Kerr to make sure that he signed that joint right in front of him.
Facts, Stanfield.
Who you say put him on the plane?
Jerry West put him on the plane.
The facts. Whenever you get through
Jerry West told Steph Curry, and this is verbatim. Jerry West told Steph Curry, before you do anything else, you go get on this plane with Steve Kerr and you make Kevin Durant sign this damn deal right in front of you.
Hey, Burke, so why would LeBron go to the Clippers for? Who the fuck he gonna bring with him?
Whoever he wants. The Clipper has the most money.
They don't got more money than the Lakers, Burke. No, they don't.
Yes, they do. It's nobody on their contract, Bo. Have you been looking at the Clippers? They suck. That's why nobody was talking about them. Jerry West did the exact same. Hold on, bro. Jerry West did the exact same thing Danny Ferry did to the Hawks. He got rid of every bad contract that they had. Every bad.
Hey, Burks, let me ask you a question. Is Kevin Durant a free agent after this year?
Yes.
Yeah. So he ain't going nowhere.
What's the likelihood that Kevin Durant could end up in Houston and not LeBron?
Not like him.
He's not going nowhere.
Not like him. Kevin Durant win the championship, he gonna stay home.
Okay. I'm literally asking questions, and the only reason I'm asking those questions is because financially, for both Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Paul George, if you're really looking to make the most money, you're trying to go to a state that has no state taxes to eliminate, the money that you can make salary wise.
But at the same time, Steve Ballmer gonna pay the luxury tax for them 3 players.
Can't nobody offer more money than to Kevin Durant than the Warriors because they own his bird rights.
Yeah,
they know they offer more money.
But at the same time, but you understand that if Kevin Durant go to the Clippers and he can bring in players like LeBron, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard,
ain't nobody going to no fucking Clippers.
Kevin Durant he's the second highest paid player in basketball. He makes money. He's gonna take less money to get more players. Period.
Hey man, the man ain't going to the Clippers, man. He's not going to the Clippers. Stop that shit.
Who's the high?
Who's going to no fucking Clippers?
Hold on, you said Kevin Durant's the second highest paid?
Yes.
Not no more.
Not no salary wise, bro. Think of his endorsements.
Oh, okay.
Outside of basketball, Kevin Durant is the second high paid player in the league, and James Harden is the third.
Yeah, James Harden's the third, and then what is it? Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, then Anthony Davis.
Then Anthony Davis. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Hey man, tell me how the Clippers got more money than the Lakers. Though I'm still waiting on to hear that.
Cause the Lakers don't have nobody under contract, bro. Jerry West dumped every big contract that they had.
The Lakers do too. They got number rookie deals. The people on that contract are rookie deals.
Julius Randle, LeVar Ball.
He's a free agent. He won't be back. Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball, they all rookie deals.
So now you got all rookie deals. Now name the contract the Clippers got, bro.
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams.
What's that?
And Austin Rivers. That's it, right?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
So who got more money then? Answer my question.
The Clippers.
How? When the Lakers is the richest franchise in the NBA. You sound dumb.
Yeah, but he talking about salary cap wise, man.
Listen to the big picture, bro.
He's talking about how much money that the franchise has.
Hold on, let me Google
how much they have to spend.
I'm about to kill y'all because let me Google the salary caps. Let me Google the salary cap because you're a fool if you think anybody going to play for the fucking Clippers. Nobody gives a fuck about the Clippers. They want to go to the Lakers. Don't fuck the Clippers.
But see, you keep saying they want to go to the Lakers, but they're not going to be able to go to the Lakers because Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, you're going to have to give up a young asset to acquire them. When we go play for the Clippers, I achieved the same mission.
Why do you got to give up?
And I don't have to give up to get them.
Why you got to give up? The Clippers. Paul George is a free agent. Why you got to give up a young asset to Paul George?
The Clippers do got Tobias under contract for the next.
If you get Paul George, you can't keep Ingram. They're the same dude. You have to let one go.
No, you don't. You think that. You think they got to do that. They ain't got to do that. Paul George can play the two.
Okay.
What position is Kyle Kuzma going to play?
He come off the bench. He played the four.
Okay.
Wait. You just said Kyle Kuzma come off the bench after that season he just had?
If you bring a LeBron in there, why won't you let him come off the bench?
Then you didn't say LeBron.
I said you bring Paul George and LeBron together. Paul George is going to L.A. You can book Paul George in right now. He's going to L.A. right now. Is LeBron going to come with him? That's the question. Paul George is going to L.A.
But is he going to the Clippers or the Lakers?
He going to the Lakers, man. He going to go to fucking Clippers. He want to play for a big market.
All right, man. Listen, man. We're getting out of control. Bo is out here speculating. Give us your final perspective on what we're going to see in these NBA finals. I'm sure Fresh Perspective, we're going to deliver an NBA final show for you guys. But right now, before we get in depth, Bo Falarin, give us your picks for the NBA finals.
Like I said before, I'll go to State win in 5. They're going to trick off one game. They always do. That's just what the Warriors do. I've been following them even before they started winning championships.
Lies.
You ain't got to believe me, but it's facts. D. Wood could tell you.
Lies. I've been knowing that boy the same amount of time. Lies. Continue, Bo.
But Golden State going to win the series in 5. And, yeah, that's all I got to say, man.
D. Stanfield, what you got for
it? Regretfully, I'm going to go with Golden State in 6. I'm saying this reluctantly because I honestly hope that Cleveland beats Golden State. It would be an understatement for me to say that this is a David and Goliath ordeal. I do think that Cleveland has the giant slayer in LeBron, but LeBron got to go into Super Saiyan mode, and I just don't think that we're gonna get that guy, even though he doesn't have the opportunity to defer here. I don't think that we're gonna get that guy for 4 games out of this series. I think we're gonna get him for 3, but in that third game, I don't think it's gonna be enough to get them over the hump.
Hey,
I'm picking
Clippers got
Golden State.
The Lakers got $60 million cap. Whenever you get them.
What'd you say, Bo?
The Clippers got $36 million cap room. The Lakers got $60 million cap room.
Hey, Bo, how dare you?
That's before they dump. You ain't counted when they dump DeAndre Jordan's salary yet.
Hey,
but it's cool, Bo.
Hey,
we good.
Bo, how dare you interrupt my final perspective, you jerk?
So what you think the Lakers salary cap gonna jump when they dump Julius Randle's salary?
I don't care. Right now, we're worried about the NBA finals.
Ain't Julius Randle still on his rookie contract?
Yeah.
So why does that matter?
I'm just letting y'all know who got the cap space.
I'm just saying, if the Clippers dump Tobias and DeAndre, you got to say
they can't dump Tobias. They gonna release him?
Nah, they gonna trade him.
Him and Avery Bradley for sale.
They brought And that's trade bait to be with.
Him and Avery Bradley for sale. You ain't know?
Avery Bradley a free agent.
Bye. He off the books too.
Shit, you need Avery Bradley when you put
Avery Bradley was signing trade.
They don't need Avery Bradley. They got Lou Will. They don't need Avery Bradley. But look, man, it's time for the final perspective, and we'll pretty much put it like this, man. Golden State in 4.
You got him with the sweep. Oh,
I got him with the sweep.
game, bro.
I got him with the sweep. There's no disrespect to LeBron James.
They should sweep.
I think LeBron James is going to run up against a tough team. But if he can figure out a way to get to his 40 points, and his team gonna have a chance. If he can get to 40 every game, which I think he can do, they can't stop him from getting to the paint. They've had no answer for him outside of Kevin Durant scoring the basketball, not defending LeBron, just equaling his scoring output. I really feel like LeBron James should have an opportunity to make this a series, especially if he wanted to solidify his greatness as one of the, if not the greatest basketball players of all time. So thank y'all for tuning in. This has been another edition of Fresh Perspective. Please catch us on YouTube at PHRESH Perspective. Also, check us out on SoundCloud as well as Facebook at Fresh Perspective. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. God bless and good night.